Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another Backlogs games video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some games that I really don't want to play through and beat. Now, the thumbnail may be a gotcha, I can't lie. You probably saw Arthur Morgan there and was like, oh, are you serious? He didn't like Red Dead Redemption? In fact, it's quite the opposite. So, yeah, let's talk about it. Red Dead Redemption 2 was probably one of the biggest drops back in 2018. Obviously, Rockstar developed the game, and they barely release flops. Unless it's continuing GTA 5 Online, which is another story. But unfortunately, Red Dead 2 lost Game of the Year to God of War, which was also a big drop at the time, and it was a heavy contender. When initially dropping for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, Red Dead 2 looked fantastic at the time. Though the biggest problem with the game was being stuck at 30 FPS. Now, I didn't notice this at the time playing it on the PS4, but going back to it now on the PS5 Pro, you can literally see the frames like being framey. Like, normally that doesn't bother me, but from playing Red Dead 2 online on the PC with like mods and all that, going back to console, it's just like night and day. It's honestly a sin that they haven't made a remaster or a PlayStation 5 port for Red Dead and giving us what they did for GTA 5. Red Dead 2's development is kind of messed up. Rockstar put all of their efforts and their teams into GTA 5 because, dude, Red Dead 2's online, in my opinion, could have been way more fun. Like, there's way more activities to partake in Red Dead 2's online. Like, there's more freedom. But, however, it's just a large empty map because they refuse to add anything to the game. But we're not talking about online. I got sidetracked there. We're talking about the story, the setting that you're in, the fact that this takes place before Red Dead 1. We get to see John Marston and his old gang. You know, I mean, if you don't know already, Red Dead 1 is all the characters are there except for fucking Arthur Morgan. Like, the whole plot of Red Dead 1 is you're going back and killing or trying to arrest and bring justice to your old gang members. And it's just pretty cool to see a sequel, to see John Marston in the gang. Like, you get to see how he got that scar on his face from the wolf, I believe it was. Sorry if I'm butchering the story a little bit. Like I said, I haven't played the story in years, and I refuse to beat it. I can't finish it. I refuse to beat it. And it's not because I think it's a bad game. I think the game is great. There's a lot to do in it. I just don't like the fact that Arthur dies. That's it. I'm that petty. We already played as John in Red Dead 1, and he died. You get to play as Jack. And you introduce this new character to us, Arthur, and you just kill him off, right? Like, I understand for story reasons. That makes sense. But, dude, I love my boy Arthur. Like, he was, I don't really say a bad guy. He was just a conflicted guy. And, you know, you get to make him, I mean, obviously it's by choice, but, like, he had his big turnaround. You know, this big, hard, tough guy becoming, like, a reasonable guy. Like, understanding what he was doing before the gang was wrong. The whole, like, collecting money off people who couldn't afford it. And, you know, it was just an amazing story all around. I got really far into the story. Like, I believe I may be a couple hours off from finishing it, but I refuse to let Arthur die. I kind of want to do all the side quests, do everything I can as Arthur before I let him die, right? Because, like, dude, I get it. John's a great character. Everybody loves John Marston. But, dude, Arthur, man, it's Arthur Morgan. So, yeah, Red Dead, I want to beat it. I truly do. But I just have to do everything as Arthur first. Like, I don't want to see my boy Arthur die. It just sucks that there's no change in that. Like, there's no alternative thing that you can do. Like, I don't know. That if they make a Red Dead 3, it'd be cool to see, like, Arthur's past before the gang. I don't know how that would work, but that would be cool, I guess. I'll probably come around to it. I've already got, like, close to 200 hours on console, and I modded my account for online for PC because, like, starting over on that sucks. But, like, the story mode is fantastic. Maybe doing a playthrough of the story mode with, like, a Ghost Rider mod or something would be cool on PC, but yeah. Moving on to this next game here. This game is, I would say, controversial in the sense that the controversy comes into, like, how the game performs, and it's a big 50-50. Either you love it or you absolutely fucking hate it. And that is Hell Is Us. And I'm on more of the hate side. I can't lie. I just want to point out there, I understand that this game is not going to hold your hand. I understand that. I understand the whole point of the game is kind of like exploration and trying to piece together this big fucking puzzle of a shit story together, right? Like, I would have fun. Alright, I want to compare it to other games that I played that didn't hold your fucking hand. And I know people get upset about this. Compare it to like Dark Souls and shit, man. You don't know where you're going, but you piece together, oh, if I do this and take it back here, you know, it unlocks this, and I could go through here. You know, it's, dude, I just can't explain how I feel about Hell is Us without trying to sound like a dickhead and completely shit on the game, because the whole point of the game is, like I said, that whole exploration thing. That's the whole, I guess, beauty of it that I cannot see. Yeah, like, your guy has this little tracker, and he has this tab on everything, and like the whole game's pushed. It's like, oh, we don't have mini maps or a compass or like shit like that, or markers telling you where to go. Why don't you have that? Like I said, I understand, but you could have easily implemented a thing for baby mode. Be like, hey, you know, you need to do this before you progress. That's all I want. I don't care to say that. I guess I'm a pussy when it comes to these types of games, because I don't like spending hours upon hours stuck in the same fucking place, going back and forth, doing everything, trying to make sure I did everything, and then still not being able to progress. Like, my ass was stuck in the swamp area. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. The swamp area, I was roaming around that thing for fucking hours. I swear to God, I've got like maybe 15 hours into the game, and I've made it to like the second fucking area. If you're going to do no mini-maps, if you're going to do no telling us what we need to do to progress, at least make it a bit more obvious in the story, more convoluting to give a fuck. Like, you're talking to these characters around. It's like, oh, one of the things is like, oh, you can talk to all the NPCs. Why do I have to talk to all the NPCs? Who the fuck is it? Why do I gotta give a fuck about this guy? Why is he important? It's just, I think they wanted to try something new and something different and all that for a game. I don't know this company's previous titles, but like, for a game, at least have made the story fun, or give enough shit about to make players want to progress. Like, from what I could tell from it so far, you're this guy, you're this sociopath. You don't give a shit about anybody. Like, literally the first part of the game when you encounter the enemies, you see this person fighting, you used your pistol on it, and your pistol did shit, but you see this person coming in here with a sword, and like your little drone thing, you see them completely whooping ass on this thing, and they got their ass whooped. And you just saw them fucking die. You know what? You just stole their shit, stole their gear, and somehow you know how to fight them. What? How? Why? What? Like, your guy is like this, like, dude who just doesn't give a shit about anything. Like, your whole goal, like I said, you're a sociopath looking for your father back in this place. Like, I don't give a fuck about this game enough to like remember the place where you're going to or whatever. Like, I hate this game that much. But you're looking for your father. You go back, you find your father, and you do in fact find your father, and he's like fucking dead, right? He's sitting there dying, and your guy's just like, oh yeah, you know, he's like, oh yeah, I need you to do this for me, the resistance or some shit. You gotta do these puzzles. You gotta find this ancient tech and put it into a fucking wall. It's like, why? It can stop the monsters. Okay, how? And like, the whole game is basically a big fucking puzzle quest with backtracking. And it doesn't tell you how to progress, what you need to do to progress to the next area. Because to get to area, you drive this little APC, right? You get in the APC, I mean, you don't drive it, but you get in it, you navigate on the map where you want to go, and you go there. And it doesn't give you anything, no fucking help, no hints to what you need to progress to get out of the area. Like, I want to know if I'm done with an area. Like, I got the main thing done. You feel me? Let's like, you know, at least tell me when I get the main thing that I needed to get out of the area done. I can go back and do the side quest shit. Like, don't tell me that, but like, hiding the fucking lore of the game in notes that nobody's gonna fucking read, or not even make sense. I don't know. I just hate this game so fucking much, dude. Like, I hate it. I bought it because it was on a sale. I tried to give it a chance. I mean, I'll be honest, the first 5, 6, 7 hours, it was fun. Like, the combat's kind of fun if you kind of like, I don't want to compare it to Dark Souls, but if you kind of like Souls-like games, It's pretty fun because you got like your swords, your counters, and this little system where you build up like these little particles or whatever, you activate them, and you heal yourself, and you gotta like manage that. Because healing sucks ass in this game, you don't manually heal, and you don't have like a magic elixir or something that refills over time. You get like food and shit like that, but to actually heal, you gotta like understand and know how to like time the particles when they show up or whatever, and you can get your stamina and health back. Gameplay wise, combat wise, the game is fun. Navigating, like going through it, it's not fun. It's fucking boring. It really, it's not interesting at all. Like I previously kind of touched on and mentioned, if they would just do something, add like a mode, an assisted mode, or like an option to toggle assisted, and tell you like, hey, in this area, you need to complete this. Like you need to at least go talk to this person and do this to be able to proceed the story. That's all you have to do. And I understand, like I said, I understand that's not the point of the game. Like, the point of the game is to explore, figure things out for yourself. I've seen people comment, it's like, oh, this is the first game where I had to take a pen and notepad and write down everything. It's like, it's a fucking game. I don't have the time to be writing, scribbling on a little notepad and, you know, charting the things I've done. What the fuck? What the fuck are we doing? It's a video game. It's supposed to be fun. Unfortunately, this game is just not for me. You can shit on me in the comments, say I'm a bad player, but dude, I've fucked with Dark Souls 1, 3, Demon Souls. The shit was fun. It was easy to navigate, but fuck, man. I shouldn't be playing a backtracking game where you just endlessly backtrack, taking fucking puzzle A to puzzle B and fucking location A and C. It's just ridiculous. Now, speaking of Souls games, our last game here is going to be Elden Ring, and yeah, I know, you're already clenching your fist in the air. It's like, oh, this fucking guy, he doesn't know good games. I think it's a beautiful looking game compared to like other Dark Souls games, except for Dark Souls 3. Elden Ring is a beautiful game, but I don't fuck with the open world shit. I don't mess with it. I prefer, I mean, you could say skill issue. I agree, skill issue. But I just can't put that amount of time and hours into the game. Like, the whole game's whole point is, like, farming a lot and leveling yourself up in, like, lower level areas and then coming back to higher level areas. Again, it's this whole, like, backtracking thing where you're kind of going back to where you can come back and then defeat higher bosses. And I get it. That's fun to some people. I get that. But I prefer the more linear style, kind of like Dark Souls. This is why I just wanted Dark Souls 4. Because the linear stuff I just like better. Now, it's not like... I mean, it is linear, but it's not like linear. Like, you're just not going level to level. There is backtracking in Dark Souls, obviously. And, like, doing certain things, coming back. Hell, there's, like, bosses you can skip. Don't even have to fight. In some Dark Souls games. Like, you probably won't even encounter them. Like, the, fuck, I can't remember its name, but it's in Dark Souls 1 near Blighttown. It's that one boss, like, you probably don't even fight the entire game if you skip it. But I like the whole pathing in, like, linear, like, Dark Souls games, where you're just going forward. That's all you're doing, just going forward. Yeah, you don't have to explore this area over here and then realize, like, oh, man, I can't fight these people, so let me go somewhere else and fight these people to maybe, hopefully, get leveled so I can go back over here and then maybe hopefully be high enough level to beat this boss. And like I said, again, it is a skill issue because there's people out there who are fucking crazy good that they can beat the entire game as a naked. I understand the beauty in Elden Ring. I do. I love Elden Ring, but again, it's just a game that I can't bring myself to beat. Night Rain though, off topic, but Night Rain, very fun. It's just basically a boss rush mode with friends, and dude, Night Rain is the shit. And the fact that I feel lost as hell in Elden Ring, like compared to Dark Souls, like compared to the other Dark Souls, I feel lost as hell. I think the first time I played Dark Souls 1, the only place I got lost in was the catacombs, and like that's a very common place to get lost in as a new player. I think I reset myself on the bonfire, but anyway, compared to Elden Ring, I feel lost as hell. I just wish there was an easier way. Like, there's a map in the game, but don't know my sense of direction when I get in there. I think the last time I played it, I was like early in the game, dude. Like I gave up on it. I really did. I was in the area where you encounter like the gargoyles or whatever, and I was getting my shit beat. I couldn't get past them because I kept like forming around. I was like, fuck me, dude. Out of this list so far, Red Dead 2 is probably the only one that I will eventually get back to, even though I'm going to hate it. It's probably going to be one of those games where I don't want to replay it either because of like it just being a big game in general. And I've already done like my whole goal, if I go back and play Red Dead 2, is I will do every side quest possible. I'm going to try to do everything possible as Arthur. Hell is Us, I kind of want to delete it. I think I did delete it, to be honest. Just couldn't force myself anymore. I just kept watching YouTube. Like, I shouldn't have to watch a YouTube tutorial to figure out how to get through these fucking levels. Elden Ring, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Night Rain, and I just don't have the like time and patience to go through Elden Ring, give it a proper playthrough, because there's a lot of farming required too. But yeah, those are some of the games that I just don't want to finish. And with that being said, we are at the end of the video, and if you guys have any games that you haven't beat down below, please let me know, and you know, give me your thoughts on Hell is Us if you haven't played it. I know that's a newer game. It released, like I said, September of 2025. And if you guys have any suggestions or comments, concerns, or any games that I should play next, and you know, if you want to keep seeing more of this type of content, obviously liking the video helps, and subscribing definitely helps. And we're gonna have a realistic goal of like 2,500 subs by the end of the year. I know it's possible. I know it's not a big amount. Honestly, my channel's been dead. Like, the recent support and views on the recent videos have been pretty cool. Like, the previous Backlogs video was cool. Said he got a decent amount of views for my channel versus, like, you know, other, you know, videos I've tried to come off and make. So, yeah, we're gonna make more of these. Alright, that's enough yapping for me. It's been awesome, guys, and I'll see you later. Peace.